Hello, Crochet Kings and Crochet Queens. This is Cathy from Creative Crochet by Cathy48. Well, I hope you're having a good start to your new year. I know things have been quite crazy out in the world, some things, but we've got to keep moving on. And when we can't do anything about what's going on, we can sit and ruminate about it. We can sit and talk about it. We can sit and try to figure it all out. But the main thing what we can do is like take care of ourselves and our families, and stay aware of what's happening in the news, watch news, and also my thing is do your favorite hobby. That takes a lot of stress off of your day, takes a lot of worry out of your mind, and it keeps you being creative. And that's what I do. That's what I always recommend to people. So my favorite hobby is crocheting. I've been doing it for a long time, and it has kept me a happy, positive person. Not to say just because you do it, but it does add something to your life when you practice your hobby. Another hobby I have is reading. I'm an avid reader, love books and reading. And because it seems to stretch you, and it seems to help you learn so much. Even if you read nonfiction, even if you read fiction, what I have a habit of doing is reading 2 books at a time, a fiction and a nonfiction. But I enjoy reading. So those are my hobbies. But my number one thing is crocheting. And I'll share with you what I've been making lately. This is the Bag O' Day. The Bag O' Day, one of her ponchos. And I've shown you this one before. Stand up. I'm using my little phone, so this is so beautiful. I love it. I just love this. I wear them like everywhere. I have 2 right now. Someone's kind of walking by of recording. But I have 2 of them. And this yarn is Shaw in a Ball by Lion Brand. And before Bag O' Day did the tutorial, I would have never used this yarn. I've seen it in either Joann's or Michael's, and it seemed really thin, but this is so beautiful. It's very light. I hope you can't see them walking past here. It drapes very well. Drapes very well, and it's just beautiful. I love how the colors come together and are arranged. Yeah, so it's very beautiful. And I made a hat with it. I love this hat. Oh, look at the texture of this hat. It looks almost like it was knitted. Beautiful hat. And I just made it up, the pattern for it. I can't even tell you what hook size I use. I usually, with my hats, I start with like a J or an I, and then I switch to an H, then I switch to G, and sometimes I even go down to an E at the bottom. But this one it's long, and I just fold it up. I like the cuff hats because they keep your ears warm. And this is my hat, and you can wear it all different types of ways. Up and down, all different types of ways you could wear this hat. I like it. And look at how the colors go, and it fits right with my poncho. And I'm in the middle of making another hat. I have this one is Gray Fawn Sway pattern, and oh, I am recording. Gray Fawn Sway pattern. He's walking all over the place while I'm recording. I'll try to move it so he can't see him. Okay. But he's gone again. But gray fawn suede pattern. And this one is Restful Rainbow, and I'm starting on another hat. So I started with the eye hook, with my clover hooks. I'm enjoying clover now, so I bought like 4 of them. And I started with the eye, and then I did, well, did 6 rounds here. And then to start curving it, I put in the H hook to start the curl. And then after the H, I went to the G hook. This is the G, and I'll finish it on with the G. So I use switch hooks to give it more definition. But look at the colors of this. This is Restful Rainbow from Shaw and a Ball. Shaw and a Ball. And it's hard to find them. I have been a little bit obsessed with Shaw and a Ball since I started making these ponchos. And I've started ordering them. You can find them. Well, I found some on eBay. Some really good prices, too, on eBay. And I'll show you some other things that I'm making that I've made this week. This is my little hat. I'll put that back on her in a few minutes. But, oh, some other things I've made this week. This is, I'm trying to remember the yarn. Stripe It from Hobby Lobby. 3.5 ounces. And you can make one. This is one, one cow. And you can double it up. Double it. Nice cow. And they have them different colors, white and cream. I'm not sure of all the different colors, but I've made others like this too. So this is from Hobby Lobby. And it's really nice. It's wool and acrylic, I think. Wool and acrylic. Stripe It. Hobby Lobby. Real easy to work with. I like how it feels. Very soft. I guess it's the wool in it. It's real easy to work with. And it was quick. And next, I have been making the hexagon cardigans by Ladria LaVey. She is absolutely wonderful at explaining. There's so many wonderful crocheters. So many wonderful crocheters on YouTube. Just wonderful. I could watch them all day long. And when I taught my students at the middle school in an after-school program, I would teach them how to crochet, and I would show them a video of some of my favorite crocheters. And I tell them that I got yarn everywhere. And I tell them, find some of your own favorite crocheters. And oh gosh, there's yarn everywhere. I don't know whether that happens to you sometime, but yarn just goes. I think that was that Hobby Lobby Stripe It, because it's real like shh. Okay, but Ladria LaVey, wonderful young lady, beautiful crocheter. And this is my first hexagon cardigan. What I have a tendency to do, I don't know about you, you can let me know in the comments, but what I have a tendency to do is I watch a crochet video, a tutorial about 3 or 4 times, and then I have it in my mind and I just do it. And then sometimes I change up stuff. I'll write it in my notebook and change up stuff. But this one I try to do like she said, but Ladria LaVey, she explains it so, Ladria LaVey. She explains it so well, and she tells you that different weight of the yarn, even if they're 4 weights, different yarns, they crochet up heavier, lighter, smaller, and that was a great explanation. Excellent. She was absolutely right. So just to show you, this is my first one I made, and every one you make, they tend to get better and better as you make them. But this is the first one. I changed 1 or 2 things that she did. But this one I kind of messed up by putting, when I connected it, I did my little puff stitches, which is genius. This little puff stitches on the side, so cute. I put them inside instead of on the back. I had it inside out, putting it together. And so, but I couldn't switch it around and frog it out because I had already done the bottom. And so I said, hey, it's going to be what it's going to be. So I love it. I love the color. The yarn I used, I think, was Caron 1 pound. And it's big. I used an H hook for each one of these cardigans. I made 3 of them. I just couldn't stop. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make another one. I have to. I got to make another one. I'll probably make more than that. I'll make probably 12 of them before I stop. I did a stitch putting the back together. There are 2 hexagons that you put together. And I was looking at another YouTuber do a hexagon, and I love the way they put it together. So it was different from Ladrea. I love the way they put it together. Look at that. It's seamless. You can almost not even see the seams. Oh, I have to tell you that person, because the way they put it together, you can't really see a seam. And I did it too, the way they did it. Okay. Now, I put this one on. This was Caron Cotton Cake. Heavy. They're all 4-weight yarns. Caron Cotton Cake. They're all size. Oops, let me get this up a little bit. They're all size extra large. I probably could, when I have a heavier yarn, do a large because they get really super big. This one I made a mistake. And when I came down with the arms, you can't even see where it attached more. But I came down with the arms, I did 6 rows instead of 5. And Ladrea, she did 5, and she did 13 of the arms, little cuffs, front post, back post cuffs. Yeah, but I like it. I wear them out. I didn't wear the yellow one out yet, but I wore this one out, and I get compliments. Did you make that? Yes, I did. Oh, that is so cool. That's so nice. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's like a little coat, but it's nice. I live in South Florida, where it's usually 70 degrees in the middle of the winter, like today. So that is warm enough. And at night it goes to 60 sometimes 55 or something at night, but it really gets really, really cold. So here's the last one I'll show you with that. And this one's made out of Caron Kindness. And I have a lot of Caron products, but Caron Kindness, I guess the price was right. And I think this is a discontinued. But this one fits a little different. That yarn was a little bit thinner, even though it was supposed to be a 4-weight. Let me stand again. And this one fits more to size, even though it was made size H hook. Same stitches, but it seems a little smaller. This one, I love the color. It's Caron Kindness Dark Navy. Love the color. Love the color. But I didn't quite like the yarn. There was, I did see a YouTuber talking, giving like a review of this yarn, Karen Kindness, and they didn't like Karen Kindness at all. But as I was working with it, I kind of liked it. It's polyester, 100%. I like the final product. I've worn this and I've gotten compliments on it. I like the final product. I even made a hat out of it also. And this one is my own little creation. Little bucket hat, I guess. And I put a little sash in there just in case it wasn't tight enough. If I have on a hat, I like it to cover my ears so that I feel warm. And I used 3 cakes of the Karen Kindness. And I always have white, as you can tell. I usually have a lot of white. Just in case I don't have enough yarn, I always put white detailing on it. So I buy white almost every time I buy yarn, each different styles. Caron, Love, I can't remember the brand, but any kind of brand, I'll buy white too because it always goes well with anything. All right, so Karen Kindness, I didn't quite like the yarn too much because it did have a lot of tie-togethers. Did have a lot of tie-togethers, and it shouldn't be when you're buying yarn that you have these knots in it all over, but because people have tied them together, and it was a lot more than I've seen in other yarns. You usually don't see that. So let's see if there's anything else. I've been working on so many things. I like to explore different yarns. Last thing I guess I can tell you, I'm enjoying, I think I have one more somewhere. I do have an E somewhere. I'm enjoying my clover hooks. They're light and they go really fast. So I have a lot of different yarn. I have a lot of different yarn, but a lot of different hooks. And the clover seems to be the one I'm kind of hooked on right now. So I have an E somewhere too. But I'm enjoying crocheting, staying home, still being safe. I'm not aware of where we're having our vaccinations for the COVID. So I'm waiting on that and just trying to stay safe, taking time with my family, my children, my grandchildren, and enjoying life the best I can. I do watch the news. I am a history buff. That's what I taught for 38 years. And some of my favorite subjects and favorite books to read that I taught about for all those years was American presidents. I've studied every president in American history. That was one of the things I taught my students. They knew the president, they knew his wife, they knew what happened during their administration. I taught 8th grade last for the first 19 presidents through Hayes, from Washington to Hayes. So that's what I do. I study them. And so we're living in history-making times. That's all I'll say about that. It's history-making times, and they're really interesting, but you find out they're just men. One day it's going to be a lady now. One day it will be. But they're just men, and even though they have this big job, they're people with, and if you study into their background and everything, you see all different kinds of things that makes you realize that they're human. They're just human. They're people. They're just like anybody who works on any job. They have faults and all kinds of things. Some of them are a lot better than others. And I do have my favorites. I do have my favorite president. I know, what does that have to do with crochet? But that's one of the loves that I have. I love to read and study. But I have few favorite presidents. But I love to read about the life and times of Ulysses Grant. I don't think he has been received the props that he deserves. Ulysses Grant, President 18. So I'm a historian. I talk about history all the time. And I always tell my students, we're living in history-making times right now. And so don't just study the past and forget about what's happening in the future, because it will one day be the past too. So with that, I want you to enjoy your day. Enjoy whatever it is you like doing, because it releases so much stress and so much like, oh, I can't believe this is going on. It will release a lot of pressure. Continue to do whatever makes you happy, whether it's running, playing basketball, reading, painting, artwork, whatever it is you like doing. Do that and enjoy each day. And just, think, I'm so happy to have this day. And hopefully I'll have another tomorrow. The sun will still come up and I'll have another day. And keep smiling and keep being respectful and treating people with respect, and enjoying life. And I'm going to sign off for now. Hopefully your day will be a bright one. All right. And remember, keep crocheting. Keep making those beautiful outfits, making those beautiful amigurumis, making those beautiful blankets, making those beautiful dish towels, whatever it is you like making. Even step out of your comfort zone and make something else. I saw one lady, oh gosh, I can't even remember who she was, one of the great crochet queens on YouTube. And she was talking about doing a year scrap project, making a blanket, and starting off in January and taking all of your scrap yarns into this basket and then making this big blanket and see what it becomes by December. And I'm thinking about doing that. That would be out of my comfort zone because as I said in one of my other videos, what I do is I crochet one thing, no matter if it's big or small or whatever, and I finish it. And then I go to the next thing. I don't have baskets of stuff going, whips going. I usually don't do that. I have to finish my one thing. But that would be out of my comfort zone to have a continuing project for the year. So I'm going to try that. I think I'll like it because I have a lot of scrap yarn. A lot of yarn that I need to get rid of. Make something with it. Now look at something and say, nah, that won't work for this. Or, no, that's not going to work for that. And but if I do that, I think I'm going to get all 4-weight yarn. And that's going to only be the criteria is 4-weight. And I probably will work with my favorite hook, probably an eye, and put together, make myself a great blanket by 2021 project. And when I remember that lady, I'll put her name down in the, I can't even remember who she was because I watched so many people. But if you know who she is, put it down in the comments. Leave me a comment about what you're doing, what you're working on for 2021. That would be great to have a 2021 project. Okay, don't forget to keep crocheting, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.